games that are.
Hey, Matt, I think we cut you off in the middle of your complaint. You said new chair, new something in the intro rolled.
Oh yeah, new chair, new me. I'm gonna start complaining about the games that really matters. Like let's start complaining about let's start what is everyone playing now? Let's get about Overwatch. Oh wait, no one cares.
All right, guys. So Matt, he's already in his Overwatch hating. He's already in it. So welcome back.
It's all about hating Animal Crossing right now.
Let's get the intro. So welcome back to Spectator Mode Podcast. This is episode 60. I said 9. Wow. 62. 62. We didn't jump 30 episodes ahead in the future. We don't have a time machine. All right. So things a little different this week. Rob is not joining us, so Carl took his place. He's to the right of me. And Matt's at the bottom by him lone stuff. What's up, everybody? Yeah. So today's show, obviously, we have to talk about the Xbox Series X live event, which I know most of us have strong opinions about. So we'll wait till we get there. I know Matt's probably the loudest of us all on that one, so he gets to go first when we talk about that one.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was a great.
As always, we talk about the games we played this week. And honestly, I switched it up this week. I still have not played Destiny 2. I probably will not play Destiny 2. I think Destiny 2 is probably the game everybody in this stream right now is not a fan of.
I think it's fair to say, like, and I talked to you about this, off the record, that it's safe to say the game has hit this really bad rut where the developers or the highly demanding content, they're not kind of spreading the content around. It's just like one set of people who's getting what they need. Everyone else is like, roll.
And they keep breaking my favorite weapon, so I have
that too. It's like
just stop.
They
stop.
Yeah, they need someone with, like I said, foresight or a vision to do what they need to do. Not just like it feels so random every season. Quotation marks. It feels so random.
All right, so games we played this week. Honestly, I've been playing a lot of different games, mostly RPGs. Believe it or not, I actually dove into Code Vein for once.
Okay.
And my opinion is just like it was when it first came out. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the dodge system. The dodges are slow. It's like, I know he's going to attack me. Let me get ready to dodge instead of, its attack's coming. Let me dodge now.
Yeah, it's like dodge.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. It's too anime for me. It's way too much anime for me.
So Piccolo would not approve.
Say again?
Yeah.
So Piccolo would not approve. Dodge isn't good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good game. It has good mechanics, but there's just some things that I'm not a fan of. So, yeah, I put the time in to try to like it, but I can't. I simply cannot.
I feel like those who, if you're playing Monster Hunter or another type of Manchu game that's slightly better, even God Eater, you don't need to play Code Vein, in my opinion.
Because I'm from the Dark Souls school. So when you dodge, you dodge. When you hit the dodge button, you freaking dodge. Here's like hit the dodge button. Oh wait, you want me to dodge? Yes, I want you to freaking dodge.
Yeah, it's the input latency, and it reminds me of you have to make the read before the read. You have to know the attack is coming 5 minutes before you actually dodge.
Yeah.
Rather than like in Dark Souls or other games, you dodge on reaction.
No thanks. I was not a fan of that. I actually started playing Ori and the Will of the Wisp. That is a phenomenal game. I don't know why I didn't play it when it first came out, but I'm playing it now. I've been uploading some footage to YouTube, which has been taking forever to encode the video because it's at 1440p. And wow, the game is beautiful. The gameplay is amazing. The story it's a good story. It's like, wow, this is a great game. This is an amazing game. And for all those idiots out there, like Xbox has no games. Ori's a phenomenal game on the Xbox.
Vernon said they have no games more than one. That's one game.
Okay, we're not going to start that.
I know. I'm just kidding.
We can go here for a while, but yeah, that's a great game. So I've been putting a lot of time into that one. Started playing Dragon Quest. Is it 11? Is for
the last one? Yeah, that's 11. 11's the last one.
I had access to it for a while. I never played it. Just after I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, something restarted the Japanese RPG in me, the player in me, and I just wanted to play more of those games. So I've been playing a lot of that. Dragon Quest. And whenever I finish that, I plan on jump on to.
Are you playing the Switch version or the PS4 version?
No, Switch. Switch is the best version. I had access to the PC version, but and I had modded it, but I was like, why am I going to go through all this trouble to play this on the PC when the Switch is clearly the better version?
Yeah, a lot of people were so like my younger brother bought the original 11 version and whatever, and then he found out the Switch get the complete version. He just like that's the worst. That's the worst thing any company can do to a person with a product. I find that's very insulting.
I'm not sure if I'm going to jump over to Trials of Mana when I finish it, or there is.
I think you like Trials of Mana. It's a little more.
Yeah, because Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered is coming out, and I never played the first one, and I always
played what?
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
The remaster comes out on the 26th, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to play that because, the more RPGs I get in my system, the more I'm going to be sitting in front of my TV and playing them. So yeah, it's been RPG heaven in Ori for me. What about you, Matt?
I've been on roguelike heaven or hell. I'll do one. Let's start. I've been playing a lot of Exit the Gungeon. I had to play some Enter the Gungeon to get my mind back to the difference between two games. I'll talk more about that later in a segment. I've been playing Gordian Quest. It's really good. I think it's probably the best card roguelike game I played in a long time. I've been playing. I've been doing some research on other beat 'em ups I have in my system and comparing them. I played some Fight and Rage. I'm still playing lots of Street Rage 4. I found out
those S ranks.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get all the S ranks. I'm still trying. Let's see, and I've been doing that. That's all I've been doing lately. I've also been having a Yakuza crack lately. I've been playing, just trying to play some Yakuza.
You know what? I thought about playing that. I thought about just starting from Kiwami and just working my way up.
Actually, the order is 0, then Kiwami up. But you can do Kiwami 0, 2, 3, whatever. That's what I'm doing. I did Kiwami 1. I beat. I'm doing 0 now. I'm about to beat. When I beat 0, do 2, then the collection when it comes out. The rest, and I also got Judgment on deck, so I'm ready for my Yakuza crack.
I'm actually waiting to see if they bring the rest of the Yakuza games over to the Xbox. Not that they don't have access to them on between.
They'll probably will, but you'll get delayed. You'll get it at some point in your life.
I'm just glad to see they're coming. That's all I care about.
Yeah, you'll get it. Yeah, it's like I said, you'll get it. It'll be delayed, but you'll get it.
I mean, it'll be interesting that if Xbox eventually gets like Yakuza 6 or 5, right?
The last one is 6.
After 7, like that doesn't make any sense.
Actually the Yakuza collection that came out, it packs 3, 4, 5 together.
Right. It doesn't have
6. So 6 is a separate game. So that's I mean, you guys got Judgment, right?
There's no Judgment.
Okay, so you're missing one Yakuza game. Well, Yakuza verse game, but yeah.
Yeah, the only one that's on Xbox and PC is 0, Kiwami 1 and 2, and that's it.
That's it. You don't have 6. You know, the latest one.
Nope.
Okay, then. And you don't have Judgment. Yeah, there's just a lot of waiting. Like PC fans waiting for, Phantasy Star Online to God.
I don't even play that game because I wanted the PC version. And yes, I'm glad that it's on Xbox, but that's not the version that I wanted, so I'm not playing it.
I am the same boat in that one.
I'll just wait.
Good old wait, because we're out of touch and out of time. Go,
what
Carl?
You been up to, Carl?
Yeah.
I've been having a bits and pieces week.
You all right there?
No, I woke up not long before the show and my throat's congested. So, anyway, I've been playing more of Moving Out, which is a great Australian.
Yeah, you talked about that last week.
Yes, and people should be playing it because hey, support your local indies, or at least support my local indies because like a lot of you. But otherwise, yes, I did start playing a little bit of Streets of Rage 4, and yeah, it's a beat 'em up.
Wait, that's it? It's just a beat 'em up. That's all you have to say about perhaps one of the best beat 'em ups of our. Well,
it's a very well done beat 'em up, but at the same time, I'm still sitting here going, I want to play my version that I got on Steam when the netcode actually fixes up a little bit.
Yeah.
So play it properly. Like playing a single player experience is one thing, but playing games like that are really designed for multiple players.
Yeah.
So,
it also sucks, like, technically not to crap on .emu in the game. Not talking about data and all that nerd stuff. It's like there are advertised 4 players, but it's only 4 players local and 2 people online, I think.
Yeah, it's 2. So if you want 4 players all together, you can do 4 people local, or you can do 2 people local and 2 people online.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I mean, I jumped on a podcast earlier today. I was watching somebody's podcast, and they were talking about that. And I remember talking to the developers at PAX, and they were basically talking about they wanted to do it, but the overhead was too much. And we're seeing right now that even right now, 2 people online.
It is, yeah. You and I played a couple games. It was underwater.
Yeah, so that's what happens when you have a game like this that doesn't have any kind of servers to act as the middleman. So when you're doing peer to peer, you're dealing with my upstream, your downstream, and it doesn't always work the way it needs to work.
And imagine adding my shitty internet to all of that too.
Yeah, yeah. Not to call your internet out, but yeah, internet is weird in certain places. Some people have better internet, some people have crap internet, some people have cellular internet. It just the way the world is. And as a developer, you got to take all that stuff in stride and go, you know what, we can only give you what we think we can provide to you. If there were servers in place, it'd be a lot better. I don't even know if consoles are using Xbox Live or PlayStation Network to get the game multiplayer. I have no idea.
I think well, there's one way easily for you to check, Keith, is boot up your Xbox and go into Game Pass.
Yeah, I totally could do that. Forgot about that. Forgot it is on Xbox Game Pass right now.
On Game Pass. That's how I played it this week. It was playing it on the Game Pass.
I have another Streets of Rage 4 Steam code. Another one. Because I got it from the limited run games, and I bought the collector's. They sent me another code. I'm like, how many of these damn codes do I have?
Well, how about a contest? Like, person who retweets, give a shares this video, a comment, or retweet out tweet, will pick a winner.
I was thinking about that. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but yeah. So I gave you one. I gave Carlos one. I think I gave Carl one. I had an extra one I gave out. Yeah, I've had a bunch of codes.
I got codes in different
appreciate it.
area codes.
They want to play the game. So
yeah. Like I said, the Streets of Rage 4 community has gripes over the hardcoreness of the game and blah blah blah. But I'm happy that it exists. That's where I at least stand on it. I'm glad it exists. It's not going to be you can't capture the magic of the old games because they were not. Some of the stuff in the old Streets of Rage games were not intentional. So put that there too.
Yeah, I did play a little bit of those as well. Picked up a Sega Mega Drive Mini the other day.
I thought you picked it up last week. I
picked that up. I picked that up a while ago.
Yeah.
I actually, as I reach across, I don't know if we remember the stories of the Mega Drive that I picked up for $5. That now it's practically pointless trying to fix it. Something to do with the power and it's interfering.
So wait, first it was your PlayStation 3, and now the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, so
consoles, man.
So I went out and bought another one. This one only cost me $30, and it works. It works 100%. So that one's going to last a while, hopefully. But
retro collectors, guys are crazy.
Yeah,
you guys
we're fucking lunatics. What else did I get this week? Well, the missus got more games for her Switch.
More? You know what? She is turning into a regular gamer. Props to her.
Exactly. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. She's borrowed my copy of Mario Kart 8 and won't give it back.
I was going to say, you mean she talked to Mario Kart?
Well, she's something in the one leaderboards by the end of the podcast.
No, she's still struggling at 150cc, so we're good.
Oh, no, okay. It'll take a
while. But she also got a copy of Animal Crossing that she can start playing herself. I picked up the Switch ports of Saints Row 3 and 4. I'm now starting to play my way through 3 again.
Don't you already have that game, though?
Way too many times. But I love those games. I love the Saints Row series. So
you are worse than me. You are worse than me on Dark Souls. I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, I'm next at the end of the month, May 29th. I will be picking up BioShock for the 4th time.
Worse than me.
But it's still, it doesn't end there because, like I said, this has been a bits and pieces week. I picked up the SNK heroines fighting tag thing.
How you like that?
SNK girls, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, the old girl fighting game.
I heard that was pretty good.
The very weird Terry Bogard with tits.
Yeah, Teddy, Fatal Cutie.
Yeah. Very interesting. I thought it was going to be like standard SNK button layout, but it's not. You have like a punch button, a kick button, a special moves button, and there's another button that did something else. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Wasn't that how Fatal Fury was back in the day?
No. What, 3 buttons? Yeah. Fatal Fury was originally 3 buttons.
Yeah, it
was
only
became 4. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just weird for me to jump in because I was expecting the 4-button layout.
4-button became a thing later on in other SNK games, such as the first 4-button fighter was probably, I think, maybe Sam Show 1 was probably the first one.
KOF 95.
94.
94.
94, yeah, it's between Sam Show 1 or KOF 94, because Fatal Fury 3 came out 93, I think, and I think it was also 4 buttons. I could double check, but yeah, I think. Yeah. But yeah, good times.
It was interesting. I did notice. I sort of remember going back. I believe we had I had a conversation with Clinton back in the day, or he actually did the review for it.
Yeah, he did the review for it.
There was. He said there was significant frame drops when you're doing it in handheld mode. Those no longer exist, thankfully, because it's been patched up, which is good. But yeah, I found an interesting little game. It was cheap. It was like $20, so I'm not really.
I figured when you talk about any kind of game that requires a lot of moving parts or is very fast paced on the Switch in dock or handheld mode, there usually is a bit of frame drop. It's just how the Switch is.
But it is getting better though. Like for things like the Saints Row games, you put the nitro boost on the cars and you're driving the cars at high speed. There is not that much frame drop. Like they've actually gotten better with the programming over time.
I don't count Nintendo. Nintendo's are masters of their Switch. They're just freaking masters.
But this is third-party games, so. Nintendo games are great until you decide to fight. Except if you find the source code and put it out online and make everything better, and then they take it down.
Oh yay! Shout out to Mario 64.
Yeah, I was going to bring that. I was going to bring that up a bit later about that, but
good luck, Nintendo, on getting that off. That is not going to happen. You were going to fight a losing battle there.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
but the final game that I ended up picking up and playing this week, just out of pure boredom, the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid fighting game.
Oh, you're playing this? Matt is
not a fan. I played one playthrough of arcade mode and I went uninstall.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like I said,
it was that easy to exploit. Like I had an unlimited chain combo going with Green Ranger.
Summon Dragon's Sword Tail. Yeah.
No, not even Summon Dragon's Sword Tail. I literally had an unlimited string combo in the corner.
Yeah,
worked out within 2 fights, and I just get him in the corner and just repeat the combo constantly.
You don't like infinites? I thought everybody loved infinites. What are you talking?
No one likes infinites. Infinites are cool.
If you're a fighting game, I'd say like somebody who's really been serious in their fighting games, then you don't like infinites because they're cheap.
You don't like infinites if they're used against you.
People like that.
Everybody loves Marvel too.
I don't even like using infinites myself. I find the infinites and then I stop using them because it's abusing game mechanics for an advantage. A proper fighting video game player is like an actual fighter in real life. They want that challenge. They want the skill to be there. And if you don't have that, then you don't bother.
My opinion for a fighting game, it depends on the infinite, and if it depends if the infinite breaks the game. The problem with Power Rangers, it was designed by a guy who plays a lot of Marvel 2, but in layman's sense, I don't think he understands what makes Marvel 2 really good, and the game just like a broken mess. It's not. It's a Kusoge. It's not something to be taken seriously. I can't look at Power. Like there's some cool aspects of the game, like record loops, but I don't kind of care for it. It's not.
I like some of the costumes. Like they have secondary costumes for most of the characters. And I like the designs. Like with the Green Ranger, you had like the traditional suit. Then you had the one that was specially made for the Sun special.
Yeah,
with
like
the silver stripes up the helmet and all that type of
yeah,
stuff. Then you had Draco. Then you had Lord Draco, who had his comic outfit, and then this really weird Evo 2 version, which was like
they got the Sentai
Gold
outfits.
Ranger. Yeah, which was like combining it with the Gold Ranger from one of the previous, like one of the latest.
I think it was
seasons.
Neo. Neo was the Gold Ranger.
Neo, yeah. Like the costumes and stuff.
Power
like,
Rangers.
The graphics
are
great.
God.
I love it. But
yeah, no, like Power Rangers is a legit Sentai series. I just don't like I said, the game itself to me,
the game itself is ass, pure and simple.
Yeah, it's like the development in the game is good, in my opinion. Like the aesthetic, the music, all of it's kind of fine. The problem is the gameplay itself.
The music. I wish they put out the soundtrack. The music is good.
Yeah, I just think like I said, the gameplay of the game is not that strong. And I already showed you tons of tech of the game just being legitimately busted.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
So it's like, what is this? And the worst part, these are not hard. That's the worst part. If an Infinite is hard, I mean, I can make a joke about Iron Man's Infinite not being hard, but it's still hard to do it every time. It's like, if the Infinite's that easy, if these things are easy, then it's not fun. Infinites are fine if you earn it to do it, if you've got someone in that specific situation to do it. But if it's just like that, then no point.
All right, I'm gonna reel it back because we need to stay on topic for this show.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the comedy show.
Oh god. Yeah. So as everybody knows, this week Microsoft Xbox hosted a live stream where they said they're going to show off gameplay for the upcoming Xbox Series X games and PlayStation 5 games and PC games, because they were coming on every other platform with the exception of one, the Medium, which is exclusive to the Xbox One or Xbox and PC, excuse me. And we really didn't get what Microsoft was hyping. And they've been doing nothing but playing damage control for the past day or so, saying, hey, we realized that you guys wanted gameplay and we thought this is what you wanted. But everybody's like, no, this is not what we wanted. You didn't do anything better than what Sony has been doing. And, you know, to be 100% honest, outside of 3 games, yeah, the show was a complete disaster. I wanted gameplay. I wanted them to sit down and go, hey, look, this is Xbox Series X. This is us playing this game. Check out this gameplay. Not giving us trailers for shit that we could have looked up on YouTube. And more disappointing than anything, we didn't get to see much of Assassin's Creed. Because like, you guys were hyping this big time. You had the marketing budget for this now.
We got a new trailer that had like little smatterings of actual gameplay in there, but you couldn't tell because it was overpowered with all the other junk.
It was frustrating. We didn't get any Cyberpunk, but we figured that was going to be the case when they came out and said, hey, we got our own event in June. So we got no Cyberpunk. We got a handful of games that looked amazing. Scarlet Nexus looked amazing. That came out of nowhere. So that's on my radar. There was the
give me Bloodlines 2, man. Give me Bloodlines 2.
I was not a fan of the first one.
That trailer sold me. That trailer sold me on that game.
Okay, so there was Corvus, the space combat sim game. I thought it was what is that game? There's a game on PC right now, and it's escaping my mind right now. And I played a hell of a lot of it, and now I don't understand why I don't remember it. Anyway,
Remnant of the Ashes.
No, not that. It's
No Man's Sky.
God, no, not No Man's Sky. Stop it. No Man's Sky.
I'm actually trying to help you. I'm trying to think of a guess.
No, it's a space game. My brain's not working right now. And I played a shit ton of it. This is why it's bothering me. Brain's not working. Help me.
Just think about it. It'll come to you later.
Yeah, it will. Anyway, that and the Medium looks interesting. It looks weird, but it looks interesting. Rob was looking forward to that as well. So, and Dirt 5, believe it or not. Everspace. It was freaking Everspace. Everspace. Yes, that's the game I was thinking about. Everspace.
See, there we go. It's coming. It'll come through.
And don't forget Yakuza Like a Dragon.
But I already knew about that game. I knew about that game for a while.
Yeah,
but they actually showed something decent with it.
It doesn't count. The game's been out for PlayStation since the beginning of this year.
Like I don't know, man. I feel bad for people like you, like hoping for Xbox to wow them. Xbox is your.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't hoping for them to wow me because that comes with the first party showing. This was a third-party offering showing, and I was like, okay, great. That's why I said, Marco, we're going to see games for both Xbox and PlayStation and PC, because I'm hoping that we go into this next generation of gaming where we don't have, oh, hey, this third-party game is exclusive to this console, and you have to wait 6 months for it. Because
I mean, we're still doing that today, and we're digital.
But the thing is, they didn't do that, thankfully.
No,
they said that these games are coming out on the Xbox Series X.
No,
and
they
also
didn't
possibly some of them are on Xbox One.
I'm waiting for Sony to do that.
Yes.
I'm waiting for Sony to do that shit again. I'm hoping it doesn't happen this generation, as I mentioned, but who's to say? But again, overall, this live stream was a disappointment. And as I was going to finish up, I'm more excited about their first party offering, which will be in July. Not this. This is basically, okay, show me something new that we haven't heard of. And we got them. We got a bunch of them. Sad thing is we didn't get any actual gameplay.
I mean,
plus to be honest, with the exception of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a lot of this was B tier content.
Yeah.
Wait,
like,
what?
Like there's like plenty of good games, but they're not things that are going to be. They're not console sellers. Okay, Assassin's Creed is your A tier console seller.
I wouldn't even say Assassin's Creed is a system seller. It hasn't been in a long time.
Yeah.
For Valhalla, with the way everyone's sort of getting obsessed with Viking culture these days, I would say it's a system seller. You watch, there will be a Valhalla specialized system when it comes out, and it'll sell.
But at the same time, can you really call a third party game a system seller?
Yes.
That's what we reserve for. Name one third party game that would make you buy a console.
Let's talk about ones that have.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Final Fantasy fucking 10. They sold consoles.
Yeah, basically. Like
but we have to think we have to think about the specifics about that one. PlayStation and Final Fantasy were exclusive. You could not get Final Fantasy on any other console, any other platform other than PlayStation. Just like you couldn't get Tekken or anything other than PlayStation. I wouldn't. That's third party, but I wouldn't really call that. So give me another one.
Street Fighter.
Third party.
Street Fighter selling Super Nintendos.
Oh, there you.
Capcom. Yeah. Good old Capcom.
That's the shit I don't want to see again. I don't want to see another Street Fighter 5 stuck on PlayStation. I don't want to see that.
So you want everyone to experience a bad game? I mean, that's good for you.
I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, everybody. Street Fighter. What would happen if Street Fighter 4 was on exclusive to PlayStation or Xbox?
Well, if it was exclusive to Xbox, all the weebs would be gone. Street Fighter would be dead in the water. But thank God it's on every console. It was on every console time. It was on. If it was particularly Sony, oof, boy, we're gonna have a lot of fans at tournaments. That's all I know.
I mean, even though Street Fighter 5 is not in the place that many people want it, honestly, having it confined to just one console is bad. Just like having Killer Instinct, even though it's a Microsoft-owned property, was a killing blow to Killer Instinct.
Well, that and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, but that didn't help it. So I don't know if an actual third-party game that has been available for all platforms to sell an actual console. It may push you towards it, but there has to be other reasons why.
Probably Soul Calibur 2 for back in the day, the character unlocks, like go out of war, get Link, get whoever. Yoda, was it?
But the game was still exclusive to other platforms. You were just getting an extra character for your specific console. Yeah,
that's the only argument I could make. But at best,
Yeah, I mean that's usually reserved for the first party games.
Yeah, it is usually reserved for first party games. But I still reckon that the way that they're hyping up Assassin's Creed Valhalla at this point is they're looking for it to be that console seller. They're trying to put it out there at the moment as this is one of the main reasons you want to buy an Xbox Series X.
Now you know why that game is not a system seller for me? Because it's available on PS4.
You don't like it. That's why.
No, I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed. I can show you my Steam catalog of my Xbox games. I love Assassin's Creed. The problem,
unplayed.
No, I played the HUD Origins. Honestly, I love them. My problem with this is they're doing the same thing they did with Watch Dogs. This game is available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. Now, I get it. I don't hate the decision. It's smart because you're getting money from everybody. But if I'm on the fence about buying an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, and Valhalla is the game that's going to make me buy it, and I'm going, well, I can play it on my current system. Why do I want to go buy a new system for this? There's no reason. We've talked about this before, where there needs to be a time where they cut it off.
There's no reason to buy it at the moment. There's no reason to buy anything on any next generation system because they're all coming out saying, "Hey, if you buy it on the current generation, you're going to get it for free on the next generation."
The only game we'll talk about that too,
or you can get it on PC.
The only game that didn't do that in the live event was again Medium. That's only come out for PC and Xbox Series X. That's the only game. And that game is not going to appeal to everybody. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. But I've talked enough. What do you two guys think about the stream? Was it I know Matt probably thinks it was a disaster as well, but
no, that was a joke. It was comedy. It was a joke. I was like, haha, look at Microsoft, look at you guys doing what you do. Port. A couple of single games, nothing to be good. Oh, you got an anime game, whatever. Not enough to get the weebs over, but hey, you're trying. And that's it. That's it. That's the entire conference in a nutshell.
They got enough games for 2 games to bring the weebs over. Don't forget Yakuza.
Yakuza's already on the real console, so let's get that.
Oh, dear God. It's not on the Switch. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's oh God, I forgot. You mean that's for children. I'm talking about the real console for the men. But anyway, all seriousness, no. You're not even. Come on, Microsoft's not even like up to date with Yakuza. You're just getting it now, like hooray! But whatever. The point is,
I don't blame them on that, but I will give them props that at least it's coming. Phil and Microsoft and Xbox had to be like, you know what? We need this. We need this. We need this. We need this. How much money do you want? We need this. I would love to be a fly on that wall for that conversation.
Yeah. But my thing about it to me is, like I said, like it was something I was impressed by. It was a very weak, borderline weak to standard at best conference that they've been doing, and nothing really caught like a weeb game to get people over. That's about it, because that's the real, I guess, the real gaming demographic now. The weebs, they got money, so I don't see anything in there. I would say, oh yeah, I'll totally go and shoot for it. Like, next time around, maybe they'll have something interesting. But otherwise, you could have slept it in, set it and forget it. That's the way I describe that conference.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, like I said already, I saw this as like a lot of B-tier games. Like, you could tell that it was designed to sort of say, here's what we have coming from third parties, but at the same time, what they're offering isn't something that's like jumping out and going, you must buy this now, with the exception of like 2 games. You know, Valhalla, which I'm already looking forward to because, you know, hey, Viking Smash. And I'm a big Vampire the Masquerade fan anyway, so
I would have never pegged you to be a fan of that series.
That trailer, like with the real fucked up, like the fucked up Christmas scene and all that shit. I'm like, I'm down for this. give me all the fucking crazy. And hell, they even sold me on Yakuza Like a Dragon. Give me a bit more over the top crazy shit on that.
Well, I want more people to be excited about the game, not just for people who haven't been paying attention to it in Japan for the PlayStation, but the fact that they're taking a risk and putting in turn-based combat instead of real-time brawling, which I think will appeal to a lot of fans. It reviewed great in Japan. I think it'll be good over here, because I've seen so many people over the years saying, okay, why do people like Yakuza so much? It's the same thing over and over and over.
I don't care about those people. Like, if you tell them to try it, they want to try it, let them run their mouths, because Yakuza to me is one of the best sandbox games I play, even though it's limited. And because the limitations make it so great, you get to explore the character's personality, the weird people in this. It's like if someone who actually grew up in a city, a real city, not fake New York or whatever the cool kids hang out and drink their goddamn $300 drink.
You walk around some scenes in Yakuza and you think like it's like straight out.
Yeah, it's like real life. It's like, I mean, there's always like
that, you know.
Exactly, it's just so cool. Like, you ran a pizza guy. You run into an immigrant that can't speak English. You try to help him. It doesn't work out. That's Yakuza. That happens to Yakuza 0. These are the real things, and it's funny and comical from a stone-faced stoic man.
Or you play Yakuza 6 and run into New Japan people and go, "What the fuck?"
Yes, I'm like, what is this?
But like, I like some of the over the top elements that were in the Like of Dragon trailer, like the whole almost pulling Excalibur out of the stone with the
my god!
barbed wire
You need to go on
like,
YouTube and look at some of the gameplay videos. They're
I'm like, give me more of that over the top nature. Like, I know the whole thing like accuses Infamous for like picking up a bicycle and hitting a kid
Like,
4,000 miles into the air, but like just the stupid shit like that, I'm down for that type of.
The best way to describe it is that Yakuza 7, because I have seen whatever about it. You have summons you can summon friends in the game. You can hang out with someone like Persona style, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
it maintains that wonderful.
It looks to be the best of all the games so far.
It actually reminds me of the game on the PS2. Maybe you guys played God Hand.
Oh yeah,
yeah, God Hand. Yes, that was great by Capcom.
Yeah. I love that game, and it reminds
that game is a remake.
That game is never getting a remake.
That game needs a remake.
I wish.
It needs one. Trust me. Capcom desperate for money. Let's go. Call the boys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a few of these games, but a lot of them I'm looking at going, I really don't care. Like Scarlet Nexus looks good, but I want to know more.
They've been dropping more information on it over the last day. Check out their website and YouTube.
Yeah, and things like Dirt. Another fucking car game. I'll wait for Forza. Thank you very much.
See, I'm a big fan of the racing games, and when I saw Dirt 5, I was like, this is giving me heavy Forza Horizon vibes, and I think that's what they're going after. But it's just road racing and off-road racing. So, a big thing about Forza is a lot of people weren't really fans of. Oh, I have the access to this entire environment. A lot of people just like, that's my race course. I want to go race.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just want to see a bit more from them. Like you said, there was a bunch of trailers. We definitely needed gameplay on this.
We did,
and frankly, like the game selection was very hit and miss.
Yeah, it was disappointing. It was disappointing. I'm pretty sure we're all in the same boat. So all I can say is, Microsoft, you got to wow with the first party offering. You really do. Also disappointing in Sony, because I was expecting
they need to drop that. Like Microsoft needs to drop something big. Like to put it in magic terms. Where's your big 8 for 3 cost?
Yeah.
Where's your big bomb of a title that's going to wipe everything off the board?
They need something like that. They need like that.
And Halo 6 ain't gonna fucking do it.
No, Halo's tried and done. That's why I look at it. People play it, just play it.
Yeah.
Wow! I'm not going to write Halo off just yet.
It's been pretty bad since 4.
Halo, Gears of War, that type of stuff.
I will say 5 was a huge.
Don't drop that and say that's our big bomb, because it's not.
They can't. They can't.
Exactly.
Just because. Like I said, on top of that, Halo Infinite is not an exclusive Xbox Series X games. The second they were like, no, it's not. No, you should have not.
Like, I can't believe you let Halo 5 be the turning point. Halo 4 was oh, this is trash.
Halo 5, they were hyping so
I'm
much.
a slow entry into the Halo series, okay?
Look, Halo 1 and 2, okay, 2, I can see it. 3, they milked 3 to death, so leave that as it may. Then you got 4, and it's like, wow, you don't know what you're doing. This is fantastic. Oh, 5 is trash? Can't see why. And I describe Halo in a nutshell.
Wow.
You had a chance, but you blew it.
Didn't even mention ODST or Reach.
ODST and Reach are like what they were expensive add-ons. They were nothing I would consider like going home about.
But they were good games, especially Reach.
They were good in story. If I read that in a book, I like it. Playing it, no. It was just Snorville.
You don't play books for video games and vice versa.
You could have heard of visual novels. Oh, senpai!
Oh God, let's not bring up those things in here, please. Thank you very much. No visual novels.
So basically, no.
So we are all disappointed about this. Microsoft, please do better. Sony, you missed your chance to come out and one up them completely. You could have came out like, no, here's our show. But
no, they don't need to. That's the best part. Could you imagine? Like, oh, you got this. Let us drop the greatest game of all time. Let us drop Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 and 3. Part 2 and this is the worst part. Part 2 and 3. Not for $6 each, but $30 each to everybody. Boom, out the water. Like, oh my God, greatest game, $30.
Let's keep it moving. So
that will happen.
On top of the Xbox Series X live stream, we had EA talking about their upcoming Madden. And the second they were like, oh, Madden, I was like, yeah, I don't really care anymore.
Yep.
So every game in here doing this announcement, doing this live stream was supporting Microsoft's or Xbox's smart delivery. Basically means if you bought the game for Xbox One, you got a free upgrade for the Xbox Series X. If you bought the game for Xbox Series X, you can also play a copy of it for your Xbox One. EA decided they weren't going to do that.
Smart marketing, by the way. Smart marketing.
This is something that gamers have been asking developers for years. If I have an Xbox One, I have this game on Xbox 360, and it's also playable on Xbox One, don't make me buy the game over again. I should be able to play that same game and move it over. That is very smart.
Like either do it for can we just talk about that marketing bit before we go and rip EA a fucking new one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand giving it for free is a great idea, but I would be happy if they turned around and said, look, if you've already bought say Grand Theft Auto 5, on the 360, and you go to get Xbox One, and they go, look, we'll upgrade that for $20 or $10. I wouldn't even mind paying that. But the fact that they've gone, we're going to do it for free, and I reckon that's only going to be during a very limited time frame, though. They are going to lose out a lot of money. They would lose a lot of money.
I mean, they're losing money now on Game Pass, but
no, true. But even if they said, look, for $10 each game will upgrade your copy to the Series X version, I'd be happy paying that. I'd be happy to pay.
A lot of people would be as well because it's not the full price. Charge me half price, and then yes, we'll talk. Obviously, it'll be a digital version, but still, that's not obviously bad.
Yeah, but then you have EA going, "Daha!"
Yeah, so now we're going to rip EA a new one. So EA was like, we're not going to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to give you our own variant of this where you have a limited time offer to get access to the upgraded version. And when you miss that window, then you got to pay its full price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's stupid.
Come on, EA. What the hell? I mean, obviously, we know EA is a really... And I hate to say shitty company, and I don't mean to say it. I hate to say it for saying it because they have given me some of my favorite games of all time.
Just use the term. Their management is shitty.
Yes, their management is shitty. There you go. This for every game that's being shown, and they're talking about smart delivery, and we're going to see something similar for PlayStation 5. You got the audacity to come out and go, you know what? We don't care about the gamers. You need to give us full price. We don't care what these other companies are doing. You're going to give us all the monies. Oh, you only got what was it? 3 months? I think it was.
Yeah, roughly.
So that basically means they're pretty much forcing you. So here's the scenario. You buy the new Madden. Xbox Series X is coming out. PlayStation 5 is coming out in a couple of months. Maybe you can't afford it, but you don't want to miss that window. Maybe you want the new copy of this game on the new platform. So what are you going to do? Pay them next money to get an upgraded version? Or can you even do that? Will it be something like, well, you need to be on this platform to get the upgrade? We don't even know how the smart delivery system actually works yet. Nor do we know how EA version of this is going to work. So what happens is if I get gifted a copy of Madden for Christmas and I miss the upgrade window.
Tough shit.
Am I screwed?
Yes.
I mean, for a lot of people, this is not a big deal.
That's the way EA will see it.
I mean, it's not a big deal for a lot of people because a lot of people who play Madden will go, so, no, I don't care. I'm going to buy it. But it's just... Yeah. It's the small details. If every other developer, publisher is saying, hey, smart delivery, because this is a good way to get our games to handle more people, and EA is like, no, we really don't care. What does it say about their management? Obviously, every company is to make money, but
they don't care. This is, and I'm going to use this on Business Guide to Business. They don't care about goodwill. That's one thing that's important to all businesses. They don't care about that. They clearly don't. So that's out the system. I'm surprised they didn't try and link this to the Origin crap, because I'm not a fan of Origin either.
Oh, it's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
Oh, okay. So basically,
actually, you don't even have to because, and I am using Origin, by the way, because there's some games where I like to play, but I don't want to buy them. Every game that they mentioned will come out on Origin, or if you're on Origin Premier, then every game that they have will come out to you a couple weeks early and full version. So it's already locked in.
Yeah, so basically, okay, so back to the trash platform. So basically, they don't care about that. They're about maximizing the profit from their hardcore audience, but their hardcore audiences will be leaving in droves because of the fact is your platform doesn't provide everything else, and that's something that's my opinion of a lot of digital platforms that openly try to compete, or better yet, try to become like Steam, try to beat Steam. Like Activision Blizzard knows what they're doing. They have all their games are essentially like live service games. So they just once they got you, unless you quit. But EA doesn't care about goodwill. They try to run live service model to the ground, which it has hit a ground point. It's a floor and nowhere go. And look, what do you expect from them? I mean, they ran a lot of companies into the ground.
Yeah, so, no, you don't need to remind me.
So basically, it's like them coming out with this only furthers the point that only hardcore people would buy this game. I don't think anyone else would. It is not a game that has that mainstream appeal anymore. Like I feel that at one point, the Modern Warfare series, unless it was developed by Treyarch or the other guys, well, they left too. No one cared, and even then, no one cares now. Like it's just when you make a game come out on a yearly basis, it loses retention over time, and the maturity just declines. And if you don't have any good,
I wish I can agree with that, but the sales of of Call of Duty prove otherwise. Unfortunately,
more or less, it loses retention. I'm talking business terms, but it loses retention. So you hit your maturity, and you just slowly go down over time, or you slowly like dip in, live out. So in the case of, I would say EA, they're just doing what they're doing because they know they hit their retention point years ago. So I don't have faith in them. I don't think. But with this model, they're going to try to apply it to a bunch of other games they're going to approach, and we'll just be like, no one cares. It'll be to a point where it's like, why bother? And that's how I feel about EA. Just like, why bother? It just doesn't. They're not. Even if there's another, like for example, I'm looking forward to the next Dragon Age game coming out, but I'm like,
you poor soul.
Yeah, here's the thing.
For you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, EA's on it, so I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be a half-ass story to be going, but it is what it is.
I mean, if BioWare ever comes back to the BioWare that we grew up with as youngins,
you know, half the BioWare team we're in love is pretty much at Mass Effect 2, and half of them left over, and most of them left at Mass Effect 3. Huh?
More than half left. A lot of them left. Yeah,
half. Like I said, I'm using a fair marker half. In reality, it's like 65. I'm trying to be polite to the boys. All right, come on, don't bury the boys out here. So
they're already buried. I'm not the one doing the burying. I don't have the shovel in my hand. That's man.
Yeah, the shovel.
That's EA, not me.
That's it. But yeah, so a lot of the team members left by 2, and then by the end of 3, like no one left. So it's basically like Dragon Age Inquisition is a good game, but the development hell that game went through is like, God, I feel like, you know, it is what it is.
You mean kind of like Anthem?
Anthem's not a game. What are you talking about?
It
is a beta trash
game. Anthem's a game, and it has solid bones. But some of the decisions was just
Anthem is a crippled child begging for coins in the middle of the street. That is Anthem.
Well, right now it's in the hospital getting reconstructive surgery to see what happens to it.
Yeah, I don't believe that. They're going to dump that project and go to elsewhere. So that's what I believe. But
that's a lot of money. That'd be crazy. I mean, no, it wouldn't be crazy. But
no, EA's done it before. Remember, so I'm just saying, like that. So, and that's the thing with it too. Is like because EA doesn't care about goodwill. Whatever faith you have in them doing the right thing, add 1,000 to do the wrong thing, and that's what EA is at right now.
Here's the problem with that: every time they do something, they turn around and do something good. Case in point: Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Battlefield, free DLC. It's like they do all these rotten things, and they go, you know what? Let's do one good thing
to maintain that little goodwill they have left.
Exactly.
They do not, and that little goodwill is actually shrinking smaller and smaller. Go ahead.
Can I add to that little bit of goodwill that they're doing? And I just found this out now while we're on there.
Oh.
Command & Conquer Remastered Edition. Launching June 5th, 2020.
I don't care.
All the games, all the expansions. They fixed up all the video to upscale it. Nice, clean quality, better audio.
We'll have to see if they're not lying. If they didn't pull a Blizzard Warcraft 3 on us.
Yeah, Reforged, baby.
Jeez, what a cluster.
No, it's like the goodwill slims and slims. At the same time, it's not like perfect example is like, you know, everyone knows the drama on No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky rebuilt their goodwill and did everything right for the game later on. They tried to be good, but they messed up along the way. EA's never tried to be good, and they only do good when they get caught. That's a whole different angle mentality than the other way. So I don't have faith in EA and things they do, even though I'm a Dragon Age fan. So it's like,
I'm still waiting for Titanfall 3. It's coming. I have hope. I mean, they're giving Respawn free reign to do whatever they want. So
because Respawn's the only one making them money until they feel like they want to kill Respawn, make them use a crappy engine they don't want to use anymore, which is a great idea. which they've done that before.
You know, nobody in the gaming industry can count to 3.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 3.
Jeez.
Dead Space 3, even though
They
it's
say
gone.
3. 3 is
Super
a
Mario
magic
3. Assassin's Creed 3, 4, 5, 6.
God of War 3.
Yakuza 3.
Yakuza 3. 3 threes. Running 3.
Streets of Rage 3.
Streets of Rage 3.
See, it only applies to certain companies.
Basically. So should I just cut it to my short review of Exit the Gungeon?
Yeah, so first and foremost, before we get to that, you go ahead, Carl. He's sticking
I've got a couple of things. I got a couple of things I'd like to bring up today. First of all, I'd just like to say thank God for like the people over developing Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red.
Oh yes,
they actually passed Australia's rigorous, fucking retarded, stupid classification system. The game will be released uncensored, unchanged, everything with an R rating.
Can they go back and change that? Can they go back and say, you know what? Never mind. We don't like it now. Go back and change your shit. Okay.
Yes, they can. They did that with Saints Row 4.
So does this approval mean anything until the game actually ships?
At this point in time, we're very optimistic.
Okay.
Because
did you see the recent update for the game?
I have.
With the genitals that might cause an issue.
You can, as the quote goes, players can select the gender and customize their character. Customization can include depictions of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia, as well as various sizes and combination of genitals.
Could that cause the rating to get scaled back?
You know
whatever.
They would have submitted this with all that attached on, and it seems that it got past here. It's got past your ESRB.
I don't put much faith in ESRB.
And I bet it can be bought here, so you can just buy it.
Yeah,
give a nice $250,000. So
it's not like
Can I say when Cyberpunk comes out, I'll be doing nothing but playing the game. During the game is not a cluster.
I just want to hear the soundtrack to Cyberpunk. They're gonna have vaporwave and all that. And that's my jam. So
yeah, I think the entire game was going to be playing the game.
Yeah, I think we're going to be shutting down the Outerhaven office for at least 2 to 3 weeks while we all play it.
It's like office, work, won't be on Discord, won't see me on Twitter. Yeah.
We're all pretty much the same as soon as this game comes out. It's going to be
see ya.
like that.
See ya. We're not here. Sorry. Yeah, this is going to be one of those games where I don't think we've had one like this. I mean, Final Fantasy was close, where everybody shut down to play this game, but Final Fantasy is only on PlayStation. Cyberpunk is coming out for everything. So yeah, this is
I'm still undecided on what I'm getting it on. I don't know whether to get it on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. And don't you say get it on PC because PC.
Master Base. Come on.
Awesome, man. The best
people.
Just
remember, Keith, I'm going to probably have to upgrade my entire rig.
I thought that's what we were working on, upgrading your rig for in the first place.
I've been spending money on other things.
God damn it. That was your PC bitch money, and you spent it on other things.
I still have 2,000 of it.
Now you do. I mean,
don't worry, I will have more. It just means we push it off for a couple months, okay?
I mean, this is me, and being, as Josh calls me, the graphics whore.
Yeah.
I don't want to play it on the Xbox One X or the PlayStation 4 Pro because I want to play it at the best of the best of the best. Bearing
you want to get the full experience out of it the way that they intended, with the fully optimized graphics.
The only disappointing thing I have so far is not VR. I can't put on my goggles.
Yet
that would be awesome.
Somebody will make a goddamn mod or something.
That would be awesome. Like, all right, I'm done, honey.
I saw somebody, just to sidetrack for a second, took Alien Isolation and added VR into it.
Such a good game. If you've not played Alien Isolation, you need to go play it. Even though the game is 6 years old now, game is still one of the best games out there.
But to play it with VR, oh, that was like, I watched the gameplay video and I'm like, I'm not gonna do this without a few changes.
I need to see how to do that. All right, Matt, you talked enough. It's all you. Knock it out.
All right, so Exit Gungeon, I managed to get this lovely game of review a look at. It's a sequel to Enter the Gungeon, and the game itself is slightly easier, I feel, compared to the original, which is a good thing. It's instead of being a horizontal, horizontal, bullet hell, it's vertical up and down, so you're dodging up, down, left, right. When you dodge between the planes, you're invincible. Jumping is invincible. Your horizontal roll is invincible. Your air roll, if you press jump twice, is also invincible. So it helps you get through the bullets. It's great. A tip I will give you, as the game will tell you when you play tutorial: jump towards the bullet is better than jumping away from the bullet, get hit, because invincibility.
Why would you jump away from the bullet?
No, jump towards it because you'll move faster and further where you're trying to dodge. If you jump away, you activate your standing frame, you still get hit. It's certain bullet attacks. It's counterintuitive, but it makes sense. So, how you dodge. If you're really good, you can time your dodge and then spam jump as soon as it ends, so you can just dodge at an angle better. You still get the 4 playable characters. You get the pilot, the marine, the hunter, and the convict. This time around, you don't randomly find guns. The guns is given to you randomly during performing combos, depending on how many enemies you kill and how well you dodge attacks. Combos do not indicate as much the better gun you get. It's still randomized. Now, if you roll a bad gun, which there's several guns in this game that just do suck, tough crap. You are not going to. You only can get rid of that gun. Not when it's out of bullets until you complete a combo with it, or unless it glows green on its own. Then you get a gun randomly.
God. Okay, that I can see can put some people off.
That's a problem. Now, each of the 4 hunter characters have different effects. The pilot lets you get a discount off shop by like 5%. The hunter, the little dog, will now collect all items on the screen for you, making it easier to collect money, to buy things, and power-ups if you find them, so you don't have to go dance around. The marine, instead of his original ability in Enter the Gungeon, instead of having, he can summon ammo drop, reload those weapons, he gets faster reload and more accurate, which is pretty good, in my opinion, if you're all about trying to kill as fast as you can. Now, the changes they made to the hunter is that the dog used to be able to help increase your luck of finding things. I don't really notice that in Exit the Gungeon. He just picks up things for you. So that's a little change there. And the convict, to me, is a character. Her ability is that if she takes damage, get hit, all her gun attacks do extra damage for a short time. But do you want to take damage in a bullet hell game?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, exactly. So that's it in a nutshell. Obviously, every run you do, you unlock, gun bucks after you save a couple of prisoners, and each prisoner gives you different abilities and mini games to get more guns or better trinkets to increase your chances of survival. What I noticed in the game is similar to how I felt about the first game, is that no matter how many guns you unlock, you will still have a chance to get a crappy gun. It is opposite from one of my favorite roguelike games to play, Rogue Legacy. In Rogue Legacy, you can actually pay the dungeon guy, the mechanic, to lock the dungeon down for you. And you can explore the same dungeon before as long as you pay him a certain percentage.
Which is also another game that people should play. Another amazing game.
Yeah, it's one of the best roguelikes I recommend. Even though it's hard, it's still great because it feels fair.
It's fair. It's definitely hard, but it's fair.
It feels fair because remember, if you don't it takes a couple of deaths to realize some classes suck and certain areas are just too powerful for you to start out. Like, I'm gonna go to the underground. Oh my god, get wrecked. So Exit the Gungeon does not have an ability where you go lock down certain guns or trinkets you can get, because no matter how many guns you get, there's still a chance you can get the Bobble Trouble gun. In my opinion, the worst one of the guns I personally hate.
I'm sorry, what is that gun called again? The what?
It's you ever seen the Bobble Trouble, the little lizard from that old game? Shoots bubbles.
Bubble Boggle.
Bubble Boggle, yeah, that's called Bobble Trouble.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's called Bobble Trouble.
That game also got a sequel recently. There's a Bubble Boggle 4 out. It just came out actually.
Fantastic. Boggle Boggle will only shoot all his bullets once he charges up and blasts. So it takes forever, and it's annoying. And I don't recommend it. You can still get that crappy gun. You can also get the crappy guitar from time to time.
Thanks, Matt. That music is down in my head. God damn it.
Oh. Yeah. Da-da-da. And also in the game, they have several bosses you can play against. And there are some situations the game RNG is just gonna crap on you. You could one run. And I restarted 3 times. I got the same boss 3 times. I had Cat Nia, which is pretty much the a cat inside the Dr. Eggman boss combo. So I got that 3 times.
In the game? Yeah.
So far I found 8. There's probably more. And it doesn't seem like this game has a difficulty curve compared to the first game. In the first game, to get the true ending, you have to beat each chamber boss, without taking damage to get a bullet. You beat 6 bosses, you get all the bullets, you get the gun, you get the true ending. this game doesn't seem to have that, so it's kind of fair. But I feel like this game as a roguelike is not much. It's an improvement, but not that much improvement for the original. And now it's worth $10, $9.99. It's a fair price because if it was like $19.99 or $14.99, I would not recommend it. So if you have $10 to blow, is it fun? It's enjoyable. I find it enjoyable in some aspects, but also this game does look like it had local multiplayer like the original, so that makes me a little sad too. But I think the game does a pretty good job what it does. I just feel the RNG is strong in that game, very strong.
Yeah,
but you can buy hats.
And it sounds like it'll put people off. So
a little bit.
Kind of disappointing. So it doesn't seem like it's a bad game.
In your opinion, what's the hardest game to accomplish? And what type of game? Like roguelike? The hardest roguelike I could ever recommend to anybody is getting the true ending in Slay the Spire without unlocking anything. That's hard.
What's another game that Matt's been playing nonstop or has played nonstop?
I like 100 plus hours in that game. So, like my new card game crack is Gordian Quest, but it depends. Like, be specific. Because there's tons of games I can say just hard, and you like like Devil May Cry 3 in Heaven and Hell mode. Anything above Heaven and Hell. Dante Must D&D, Dante Must Die mode. That's hard. Any Dante Must Die mode is hard. Even 5, that game is slightly easier.
I would say Dark Souls, but Dark Souls games aren't hard. They're just
Dark Souls games are hard, but it's logical hard.
They're not.
They're logical hard. It was like in 2, parry and roll are very strong. You can get it once you master the timing. Just every boss becomes gotcha. Once you parry a boss, it's like I have achieved enlightenment.
Yeah, I mean, I hate seeing people say, "Hey, Dark Souls are hard." It's like,
I think Dark Souls is a very brutal game, but it teaches you well. It's the opposite I feel about Nihon. Nihon's just kind of, it doesn't have that uniqueness in its brutality and its difficulty, and that's why I'm not a big fan of a lot of Dark Souls clones because they don't have the uniqueness. If you're going to be hard, have something else on top of it. That's how I look at it. But yeah, Exit the Gungeon is a good game. I would recommend it to people who have $10 to blow or get it on a Steam sale. But I wouldn't. But if you play the game, you're just roll. Sometimes you can win by roll or not. And I recommend for everyone's a couple of playthroughs. Try the Hunter first and try the Marine. I had a lot of success with those two characters. Extra accuracy and reload does help, and collecting items when you can has been helpful. I know the pilot is was a strong character in the original because discount on shops. And you find a lot of shops in the game that could help you. But remember, you also have to collect the money. Money doesn't – sometimes at the end of a wave, the money will come to you, but money can disappear, like all drops. So sometimes you might just trust a dog to get your things for you.
All right. And that is Matt's review of Exit the Gungeon. So also a big thanks to our PR company sending it over to us. So we won't name who it was, but they know who they are. This was actually all right. APAN was our favorite types of games. So that's all participate in that.
All right, cool.
You go first, Matt.
First favorite type of shooter. Oh man. Okay, so I have always been a fan of third-person shooters or hell shooters. So
I think he's asking. I think he just gave shooters and adventures as an example.
Oh, a combination shooters. Okay.
Or just
favorite type of games. I love action style games like DMC. I love the fact of free form, expressing yourself. Obviously, I love fighting games. It's one of my favorite things. I love beat 'em ups. I love a lot of stuff in the olden days, even like specific. Roguelikes became my new jam lately. I could go on and on about what a good and a bad roguelike is because I play a lot. I like a lot. I think my favorite games are character action games, roguelikes, arcade style games, beat 'em ups or shooters in that sense. And I will play in RPGs. Adventure games always. There hasn't been a true adventure game because adventure games is a combo with something else. Like adventure platformer, and that, I guess you like platformers too.
Yeah, so, I don't think there ever was an actual real adventure game.
Yeah. So like I would say, platformers are good too, and RPGs, so that's up there for me.
Should have asked you what games don't you like? You covered everything.
Oh, no. I don't like puzzle games as much. I don't like just bland puzzle games. They make me sleep.
Fair enough. As for me, I think I cover the entire spectrum. I like action RPG games. Love those games. Roguelikes, I love. First-person shooters, because I grew up on those. Racing games, I love those to death. Survival horror games. Give me a good Resident Evil or Dead Space is one of my favorite staples of all time. I'll play Dead Space no matter what. Did you
play the new Doom yet?
Yeah, I was not a fan, believe it or not.
Wow, funny. I don't like first-person shooters. It's not my jam. Something about the first person should be special, like Borderlands. It's a first-person shooter and RPG. So if you combine something else with it, I'll play it. But no.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a game type I won't play outside of visual novels.
Wow, that's that genre has some good sleeper hits like Planet.
The hate for visual novels is strong for me. I don't like
the reading is evil. I understand. I ain't learning.
I don't like reading unless it's a book.
It's a book.
If it's not voiced over, I don't care. Stop it.
Wow. What if it's voiced over in Japanese? Like, so what am I doing to senpai? Oh god, I can't do that. Trash.
Don't
oh god.
Carl, we can't hear you. You haven't. There you go.
I had everything muted while you guys were talking, so you know.
Well, damn it all. Your turn.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like everybody else here. You know, give me a good action game or like action adventure. You know, like you got a Wars, Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, Red Dead, all that type of stuff.
Street Race 4.
Love my fighting games. You know, I grew up as a Street Fighter kid. You know, played through the old days through to the current days, and many competitions later. Survival horror, you know, The Evil Within, Resident Evil, stuff like that, Silent Hill.
Which one, Panda?
Yeah, which
the
one?
Original,
the remake or the original? The original, yes, I played the original. The remake,
played both. Played the original back in the day and the remake.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Resident Evil remakes.
I played both. I reviewed both.
Yes, you have.
And I did a top 10 list, well, a top games list of all Resident Evil games that people should check out on the Outerhaven.net.
Yeah, if out of all this, I'll give it to Carl. He's more of the Resident Evil fan than I am.
Yeah,
I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
I mean, he knows about the Thomas the Trank Engine mods. I mean, and I've seen people done playthroughs of that. That's my new crack. It's like, watch people play.
I actually saw one based around Resident Evil 3 last night. It was just a mishmash of different mods. Like you had the standard, you know, Jill in a bikini and all this type of junk. But then there was ones where they recreated her outfit from Resident Evil 1.
Oh, okay.
I did a stream of that. I did a stream of her new outfit. Yeah, her old outfit and also her battle suit from, was it 5? Yeah.
Yeah, that as well. And they had what's the character's name? B2 out of Nier Automata.
I did that one too. 2B. Yep, did that one too.
Yeah. They did one where they actually took the infected zombie Jill from the opening cutscene and made that as the model for the entire gameplay.
Oh dear God! I just took a look over
including an infected Carlos as well. Then there was one where Nikolai is Virgil from Devil May Cry and Carlos is Dante, obviously.
What about the one that Carlos is Mega Man?
Yeah, I saw that. The old school Mega Man. I saw that. That was hilarious. And Nemesis mods. Some really good ones where he's Ultron.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
And where he's Spawn. The Spawn one even came with the cape, and that was excellent. And then the funniest ones that I found out of the entire video that I watched was a combination of two of them. Was one took Jill's standard pistol and replaced it with a banana.
Okay, that's a little off the walls.
So you had a banana gun, and one that I don't know why, but it was like this really jacked up version of Jill, like she was looking as even more swole than Chris in Resident Evil 5.
I just looked at that one. Yeah, I just looked at
saw that, and
yeah.
that was hilarious.
Yeah, but we all played. I think, with the exception of Matt, we all played the remake 3. Yeah. We liked it. It could have been better. It wasn't better than Resident Evil 2 remake. No,
I think that. Yeah, just seeing reviews of the remakes of 2, it's like
give us that Code Veronica remake that we
not
really
happening.
Need.
Not happening.
I know. See my frustration again on the Outerhaven.net.
See my frustration.
Yeah,
hey, I did an entire article just ripping into Resident Evil 4 and why I just did not want it. You know.
Sorry, man.
But yeah, like outside of those 3 wrestling games, love my wrestling games.
Oh man, I stopped playing wrestling games years ago. I don't know.
You know, I think I like my wrestling games by this big pile that I have sitting on the shelf next to me, which even includes yes, WWE 2K20.
Well, it's complete now, so it should be less of a dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's still a dumpster fire, but the flames have died down a little bit.
All right, so it's a grease fire.
there's still a grease fire that's taking over the fucking restaurant. But yeah. And lastly, I still love me some good old FPS. And when I'm talking FPS, you've got to have them on PC. Your Dooms and stuff like that. It's all got to be on PC. You can't play an FPS on a fucking console.
Careful.
Sorry, all you Xbox COD players, but jump on a PC and see how good your skills really are without auto assist.
I don't know, man. My favorite part about Xbox was lag switch ahoy. Spike, but I'm missing. But no, I'm not a big no. Every time I think of Call of Duty, a part of me my eyes just roll like, oh god, again, it's super repetitive for me.
Because everybody's on like what is it, Warframe or Warzone or
Warzone.
Warzone, yeah, that's the new.
I actually played it. Rob loves it. I played it a couple days ago. I was like, yeah, no thanks.
I just looked at it. And I'm like, it's PUBG using COD. That's it.
All right, so
and if I want to play that, I'll play PUBG.
Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get this closed out for tonight. Final topic
in the chat. F's in the chat for Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah. Final topic.
I mean, if you're gonna talk about Tokyo Game Show and you're disappointed that it's canceled, I mean,
yeah,
it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Come on,
it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I know, and this is the thing. Like, I've been holding out hopes that PAX Australia is going to happen this year, and it's in October. So if Tokyo Game Show is not happening in September, the chances of PAX happening in October is going to be slim to none. And I'm very disappointed in that.
Everything that requires people to meet face to face this year is gone.
Yeah, but
everything.
The backside of that is nobody's making announcements. Nobody's updating release schedules.
That's because everybody's waiting to the last second. They're doing the same crap that Evo did. They were like, we're going to wait and see if there's some slim possibility that we can slide under the radar. They're all hoping, and I think that is very irresponsible.
I agree. That's something I agree. Yeah,
this is garbage. This is a pandemic. That people are dying or getting sick. Stop trying to get these events. Just no. We're just canceling it. Stop. Full stop. Just stop. Stop trying to say, oh, we might get through there. We might make it under the bar. And here's the thing. Just like movie theaters, even if we get a vaccine, if we get one this year, which we highly likely won't, people are not going to be running to your events and to your theaters because there's a vaccine. Because A, not everybody's going to have the vaccine. B, not everybody can afford the damn vaccine. And C, people are still going to be scared. Well, the smart people anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very irresponsible in these companies that are just not going, you know what, we're just canceling it. If anything, as much as people hate Facebook, they canceled their event for next year. They're like, no, we're not doing it next year either. Sorry. So, yeah, don't be surprised if next year is a repeat of 2020 for these events.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the run-on effects, though. Like, with nothing being announced or anything like that, it's like gaming is drying up. Like new game releases aren't happening as much as they would have, and I hope that when June rolls around and where everybody's going, hey, we're doing our digital effect, that they go, okay, we got stuff that's coming out, and we're going to have it coming out this year.
I think
if everything that announced is 2021, then you're just going to watch the entire game industry just crash and burn.
Well, what's happening? I don't think it's the lack of releases. Because if you actually look at it, we've actually got a lot of releases the last 4 months of this year. We got a lot of big games. The problem is these big games took up a lot of development cycles, and the other big games got pushed back. If you look at PlayStation, a classic example, for the next 3-4 months, you're going to get, and you have gotten a big game on PlayStation. You've got Final Fantasy VII Remake. You've got Neo 2. You've got The Last of Us 2 coming out next month. You've got, after that, you've got Ghost of Tsushima after that. You got a lapse of 2 months, and then you got Cyberpunk coming out. So the games are coming. The problem is they're either big AAA games. What's hurting us, and what I think is bothering you more, is with all these big events gone, we're not hearing about the indies, the ones that always pop up at these events and, hey, I got this game, or Indie Mega Booth, and we don't have that. and the indies are suffering because there's no way for them to get the word out. Say, hey, we're working on this game, unless they make a video on YouTube, which will get dropped or crowded or not seen, and they're not working with a publisher. You're not going to know about these games, and that's what's hurting. But I saw a game yesterday that was like an indie version of Star Fox, and I just happened to see it while looking through Twitter. I've never even heard of this game. It's not coming out yet, still in development, but had I not looked on Twitter and saw the developer make a tweet about it, I would have never known about that game.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more sleuthing look into indie stuff now, and I'm a huge somewhat an indie guy, so I've been checking who I'm checking. Like, where's Robert Boyd for his on Pure Games? He's been hinting he's going to make an RPG soon, but he's throwing hints. I don't know when's that coming out. Cosmic Star Heroine, yeah.
So that's what's happening. It's just the lesser known games just aren't getting any kind of exposure.
Yeah, unless you're like in the know or you're just finding them. It is what it is. But I personally think, in my opinion, for gaming, this is a good time for gaming because people can finally catch up with the catalog or appreciate games never done before. Like myself, I'm considering buying or trying to get Remnant of Ashes. I've never seen this game before. It looks so beautiful. You guys talking about it?
You need to play it. Like I said, I would not stop talking about this game. It's so good, and the online is good. Oh
yeah, I'll try it out. If I can't get it by this weekend or something, I'll do what I do. But I cannot believe a game like this fell into my radar because it's a multiplayer Dark Souls X type shooter, and
Matt, all I gotta say is, where were you at last year? I would not stop talking about this game. I would not shut up.
I was animating it hard last year. Remember, I was focusing so much on the anime product and getting contacts, but now I can just focus on gaming. So.
Also, while we're talking about gaming, before we leave, because after this we'll wrap up. Today is the last day to pick up Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, which is free on Xbox One, PlayStation, and PC.
Oh,
and if you don't want it, it's free. Just download it.
Pac-Man Championship.
It's Pac-Man. It's a great game. It's great. Or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your husband, or your wifey, your brother, or your sister, or your dog, or your cat. Anything. It's fun. It's
if your dog or your cat can play Pac-Man, videotape that and fucking make a fortune.
Well, that too. But yeah. All right. So we're done with this week's episode of Spectator Mode Podcast. As always, thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you for A-Panda for talking to us in chat. We appreciate that. Be sure to stop by next week and we go online again. And as always, you can find Spectator Mode Podcast on where most major podcasts are, which is Spotify, Audio Boom, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and no, I'm forgetting a couple other places. But wherever podcasts are, YouTube, obviously. You're watching on YouTube. What do you tell you about that?
Yeah, I gotta mention it because again, I don't believe they're on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I mean, wherever podcasts are, we're there. So definitely check it out. Tell your friends, tell your family.
Thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, etc. etc.
Yeah, all that cool stuff. We're trying to get
support our Patreon, and
we don't have a Patreon yet. We should probably do one of those things.
Yeah,
go to our website and click on some ads.
Go to our live event.
Wait, we don't have one of those. Yeah, you're going full Kotaku there. Click it's not the articles.
Oh boy.
But anyway, we're good. Anyway, thanks again for following, watching the podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah,
Keith, let's do it.
The only place that is stranger than RoboCop appearing in Mortal Kombat.
Yo,
Mortal Kombat,
RoboCop versus Terminator, first ever. Cannot.
Man.
Still
all right, guys. We're out of here.
Peace.